back to Brazil. We are down at the sale area. We need to do on the previous episode, let's recap real quick. We bought the limestone production. It was really expensive, $2.6 million. Crazy stuff. We will have to buy the mining equipment and tools for that, but it does come with the stones and the dirt and sand as well. So what we could do is we're gonna have to take a loan out because I wanted to use the big wheel loader. We got the bucket yet. We didn't purchase or sell back, I should say, on the previous episode. We were looking at the electric L120H Volvo. So that's $262,000. And then we're also going to need the trailer that we'll be able to take rocks with. Let's see. Yeah, this guy here, the Trout River one, that's $103,000. The other option was to, and I was kind of considering it. What is this one here? Shipping containers. Go that Volvo direction, which I kind of want to do that maybe at some point, or at least try it out. Maybe not get to it in this playthrough, but it's always been on my radar to try it out because let's see, was it this one, I think? Yeah. These containers that slide off, it'd be kind of cool to try that. I was going to look at the, how much we could hold. So there's 30 and 39, 39.5. Because these we could buy the containers and then roll them off and roll them on. Have them all loaded and ready to go. It might be a good playthrough to do that on. I mean, it's just a little bit more that you would be able to hold. But it'd be also cool to try this one as well. Because this also came with that pack, and I didn't really get to use it. It'd be perfect to use it. I think this is single section. I'm pretty sure it is, I hope. It will hold our commodities, which is, again, sand, dirt, and stones. So it'll work perfect for that. So we have to take out, let's see, we're going to need about $365,000. So let's quickly take a little more loan out. Again, I'm not too worried about getting this paid back because we're going to make good money with that oil production. And then we're going to, like I said, we can sell some of this sand and dirt and stuff. Let's see, 365 said? I guess whatever if we go a little over, we can repay it back. Yeah, so a $280,000 loan right now. Let's go with the electric. Hopefully she works good for us. There wasn't a whole lot of customization. A couple of different wheels, a safety beacon, beacon light. That should do pretty well there. And then 106 left for the trailer. 103. I think I'm just going to leave it as is for the colors. Yeah, that was about exactly right. Yeah, so the trailer's here. Okay, we're going to run down the loader. Let's see if this, again, electric. Wide as can be. We get our bucket on. This was a bigger bucket, so I'm hoping that it can handle it. There was one more bigger model, I think, of the wheel loaders, but I'm hoping this is able to do us well weight-wise. You don't know until you kind of get a load on, especially stones. I'm sure those are going to be weight heavy. Let's get our beacon on. And then we shall drive down to the quarry. We're going to actually go to the right here. And go the back way. It's all dirt. Get off the main road so we don't block traffic. Again, for those who didn't see the previous episode, kind of decided on going with the wheel loader. Well, one, because you don't really get a whole lot of use out of them on the game. And it would be nice to get some use out of this kind of game mechanic, if you will. But also, yeah, I was originally going to do the conveyor belts, because with the conveyor belts, obviously it's pretty easy. Just park under them and you let them fill. But the ground down here is really soft, we found out. So like we'd constantly have to be using super strength to get us out of situations. I guess we should have turned on that other dirt road over there. We went down one too far here. Still getting used to this area of the map. I'm hoping we can... I think with the... Well, I suppose with the oil and then this, we should be able to advance pretty quickly. Because after this, we want to get into the cement, and then I want to get the brick production, because then we could start making those other products. I was wondering if you'd hit that if you kept driving too fast. We'd be able to do that, rebuild that bridge. Give it to there. I think we actually get paid for delivering those too, so that'd be a win-win situation. It would help the town out, and we would get ahead. Of course, this is a long, curvy area. So I think I'll just cut it here, and we'll see you over on the other side. Alright, just arriving here. We should be able to pick the sand up, no problem. I hope. No problem. Oh, there we go. Look at that. Kind of tricky to get a whole bucket here. Here we go. There we go. We are loaded. It's 5,016. Of course, a nice backup beeper. And we lift it up. This is just sand, so she ain't too heavy, but I think we'll be alright. Excellent. So we are going to grab our semi here. Don't necessarily know when and if we'll use this tanker again. It does hold the ethanol, so we could buy that ethanol plant, and then we'll be good to use that. We'd probably sell that water trailer since we don't need that anymore, and then maybe eventually redo that area over there, because we have... It's kind of tough, because I'm trying to think about we're going to get that pool put in at some point once we get further ahead. Try to reimagine how we'd do that. If we would keep this driveway here, or should we just, you know, get rid of it and put a driveway in somewhere else? Couple things to think about. Here we go. We have arrived. Should hook up no problem. Excellent. Yeah, and I believe this tarp is animated. N? No, it's not N. So what is it? Z. Yeah, look at that. So that's the future of Farming Sim. They'll be animating the covers. It's kind of weird that they do it in DLCs, and then, you know, you got half the game one way and half the way the new way. It's kind of be nice if it was all at once, but oops, I was hoping he was going to give us the right away. But yeah, it kind of almost feels like you have an unfinished game at some point when you half of the stuff does what it's supposed to do, the other stuff's still old school. I was trying to think of what they could add to Farming Sim at this point. Yeah, we'll turn here this time. What they could add to Farming Sim to make it, you know, fresh again. And I think what we'd have to have is like some good ground digging physics. Because it almost gets to the point of like what's left. And the planting, I suppose the planting direction, when you have a seeder, that it follows where you're actually seeding, which would actually give it a little more difficulty because you're going to have to try to go in straight rows. But like right here is a prime example. You wouldn't do the rows this way. It makes no sense. They would go this way. So you kind of gotta, it looks like that, you know, it was planted like this, which is not true. These sugar beets, it's just not quite right. That definitely could be improved. Here we go. Looks like we're going to be following the bulldozer down. They just made a loop up here. Got some deformation going here. I'm hoping the ground, with how soft it is that this truck will have an easy enough time and not get stuck. Theoretically, it shouldn't. Yeah, it's kind of a neat little feature to this map is these bulldozers. Hey, sure taking the whole road, aren't they? Animated for traffic. Let me honk at them. Whoa, get over! Okay, I was driving way too fast. Came right off the road trying to get around that corner. That's not good. Pretty foggy for the afternoon, but that's what it is when you get low elevation here. Okay, here we are. We're gonna get a full load of sand. Oh man, I don't know how good this is gonna handle the terrain here. That's why we originally got this truck that we did, so I can pull through with these big monster tires. I don't know how quickly this sand reaccumulates, but we'll probably find out. So I think it's going to take us like, all these are different sections, or baffled. No, okay, it was just the brackets inside. I was thinking it was baffled in there. I think it's going to take us like 8 scoops. We'll have to see how it goes. And then see how much we can actually get for a load. Oh, this is crazy. Got one more scoop left. So one thing I'm thinking about as I fill this, will these sand come back right away, or do we actually have to have the mining operation running? That might just be the production down in the valley down there. So it still might just come back. But I do worry about that. It might have to be running. Not too bad to fill it with a loader. So now, yeah, that ground. We have to figure out where sand delivers. It's probably not going to show up on this. Nope. So we have to, let's go here and check prices, and we got to do sand. We got brick factory and building materials store. Now that is, I guess they're actually both kind of the same distance. The brick factories, like I said, we're going to want to purchase at some point. I think we'll go to the store. I don't know how that's going to deliver. Which store is that? Is that one of the ones we actually went to already? In town? Yeah, it's in town. Let's check here real quick. We're on the back. It might be difficult to bring it in here. Let's see. I don't know if that's drop point or if it's back here. It must be right here, huh? There's this back area that we could maybe squeeze a truck in and reverse into it. That might work. Let's get a flyover here real quick. Coming in down the highway, we could bring in this road down here and then come back. And then, let's see, we're gonna be able to turn the wrong way though if we do that. I mean, we could just back around. I guess we could make it work. Definitely wouldn't want to come in this front gate, that's for sure. There is a... This looks like dump points here, though, so we might actually have to bring them right here. Yeah, that's interesting to figure out which one it is. It probably is this one. I guess we'll find out. Let's just go ahead and go down here, because like I said, eventually in the future... let's tarp this up. Nice, I love that animation. In the future, can we get out? We will probably go to the brick area anyway. Oh, so here... So can we drop these axles? That's another question. I mean, they're up in the air, right? Or am I looking at it wrong? Two of the 3 are up in the air. Yeah, this is difficult to drive on already. Imagine having to deal with the elevators. I can't even drive up. That's some soft mud there. Probably best we turn around before we load. Oh man. Can we get around? I don't see anything about axles, but they might be down. I think it was the way it was on that hill. If we can get around here. It's crazy. Kind of the one things I was starting to get concerned about for how soft this area is. It's like, we'd be able to get a truck through. This is one of the trucks that you should be able to have an easy time with, too. Come on! Let's go. Try not to fall off the cliff. Okay. Now if we can get straight. Wow. That is crazy. Don't tip over. Okay, now we're on some flatter land that's not so soft. Yeah, they're definitely in the air, are they not? I mean, the second one's kind of down, but... Okay, there's, I hold the mouse button down, there's a raise and a lift for the trailer. Let me try this, because that's how that works. Is there another thing for the wheel here? No, I don't see any. You would think with the weight that we have that axle would drop. We'll get out on the asphalt, we'll see where we're at. Coming up on a turn. I hope we can keep our momentum going. I'm a little worried about this corner. I mean, the ground is harder. Not too bad at all. We get up it though. Oh man. We can't really get up the hill here. 2 miles an hour, 1. It's really hard. It's really hard to get up here, and it's gonna get a little steeper by those rocks. This could be a problem. Just gotta keep rocking in the cab, we might get her. 2 miles an hour, come on! Come on! Yeah. Let's go! Definitely putting a little more tread in than when we came down. I'm almost kind of wondering if we lift the back of this up, if it would actually create a little more weight on the front axles. If that would even help. Doesn't look like it made a difference. It might have made it worse. Oh, you can kind of... It shifts you forward when you do that, though. So if we do get stuck, it might help to do that. Now we're up to 4 miles an hour. It pushed us. We'll see what happens. I think we got another hill coming up here, so... Fingers crossed that we can momentum up it. Pedal to the metal! This is crazy. Probably would have been a little bit nicer if the developers of the map would have did some testing. But I mean, it's not like we're sinking that far down in this mud. You kind of want some defamation, so I don't know. It's just... Do we got to get more horsepower on this semi-truck here? We did take the smaller version, but I thought this was plenty. Alright, we are out. We made her. Let's get through the security checkpoint and we are home free. See our oil rigs over there in the distance, our oil wells I should say. Yeah, so it just popped in the draw distance for our house. So the oil wells had a better draw distance than our actual house, which is closer. Yeah, the LOD in this game is not the best. I mean, I think there could be certain improvements, but again, it's the Giant's engine, whatever it can handle. Oh, they had a radio tower there the whole time, and I didn't even really ever notice that. Till we kind of get away and look from a distance. Alright, this will bring us back out by the dealer. There it is actually right there. And we'll just take a turn here. Here's the moment of truth on the axles, so we can finally look at that and know what's going on. Yeah, so what do we got here? So it looks like the back two are down, but the front one's kind of up. And maybe it's a weight thing. You know, sand isn't as heavy as rock would be, so it's kind of just a small guess, but I guess we'll find out. Of course, they're going to turn. And it could be more wise to go with the Mercedes-Benz dump. Well, it's kind of like, it wouldn't be a semi, you know, it'd have more weight on the axle, the drive axles. So that might be a better idea instead of taking a semi down in the quarry too. We kind of chose this route for now. So I think we'll kind of see it through until we get out of debt again, and then we could probably look at selling. I was gonna say sell this truck, but if we get the ethanol, we're gonna want that other tanker. So I don't know what the right answer is here. Oh, this is gonna be tricky here. We were really slowed down already. Come on! Oh, we are digging in the ground as well. That is not good. Look at that. That was just that spot right there. Oh! Can we make it? Can we make it? I got no differential to turn on. Oh, they sank in on that side. Not good. Oh no! We'll try it again over here. Jesus. That's a lot of weight. I don't know how we do this rock. I have to go to the brick place instead, I think. We could have came in the other way too. Stayed on the asphalt. Nonetheless, we got her. We'll just drive straight in, because I have a feeling it's those two piles. It just seems like that's exactly where we would dump this. Take it a bit wide here, without hitting. Would be fantastic. Oh man, we're sinking in again. They better pay us top dollar for this. What are we stuck on? The defamation is just making too much places to hook up here. I guess if we keep running it down, we might make it smooth coming in here. There we go. She finally let loose. That was a lot of weight. Okay, we'll back into the sand pit here, which I assume is the sand pit. It should be. We'll see if we get a prompt. There we do. Sand. Dump. Let's actually open the cover because I want to watch it. Hopefully we get a lot of money. It was definitely a bit of a travel to get here. Pretty cool animation on this trailer. 21,246. That is actually pretty good for free sand. Now the question is, how quickly does it replenish? Because if it takes quite a while, then it obviously it's not going to be able to pay back here too quickly. I had to get out here and look at the dirt going in there and coming out. Look at this. This is just insane. I like it. At the same time, you can see how it becomes a problem. And there was like a lot of people that did want to kind of have the mud runner like physics, but I could see how like if you're trying to just play the game, you're gonna get sick of it real quick getting stuck. Oh, there's traffic on this road. I didn't think that traffic came back here. I guess we just got to back up. Let him get by. Go ahead, sir. We are back. We'll see how much sand came back. If it did at all. I think it might take a bit to replenish, because I kind of know... Well, actually... I think it's coming back at a pretty good rate. You can already see our tire tracks here. Actually, you can see it replenish. Nice. So this is going to be a nice money maker. The question is, we got to find out what would be a better, efficient way of doing it. This truck is kind of just not the best. Especially if we're going to talk about more weight. Is there any, like... I mean, like, we got these. If we could put a... There's a box. Oh, not the bad box. I guess that's the dump there. It's kind of small. There's this guy. Or this guy. 16,000 versus 21,000, basically. That could make a better dump truck. So that might be something we should look at in the future. I mean, it's 14,000. So they're definitely not getting a lot. Versus what we took on a semi. How much is this one? 24. So that's a little bit more. This is pretty Brazil-y as well. That might be a better one to do. That's a different brand too, and kind of gets us away. The extension might be unrealistic to put sand in something like that. Otherwise, it's 17,000. It's a lot of running back and forth for a little bit like that. It's definitely something to think about. Like I said before, we could definitely go with this Mercedes-Benz. I mean, it kind of worked the same way as a dump. Is there some good aggressive tread tires? Or is there no tires? Yeah, I'm not seeing any tires on this one. I probably definitely want to try it. 14, 30, or 39. Then we could drop it on the ground too, so we don't have to lift the loader so high. I think we might do that at some point. I think we'll save it for another episode. Should we start kind of filling up our limestone production so we can let that run? Let's see here. Yeah, so it needs stones, and we'll have to get some mining equipment and some tools to make lime. Let's drive over by the stones, and we'll try to load up what we can here. This could be insane for this truck again. It's going to be a lot more weight. We'll turn it around this time so we're facing the right direction. There's stones all over the side down here. Yeah, I'm guessing this takes a little more to output. But maybe I'm wrong. Yeah, we'll back her in here. Should do us a little bit better. Excellent. We're going to have to dump out. There's a little bit of sand in the bucket here. Kind of liking this. It's a little, like I said, a different direction in the series. So it's nice to experiment with different things. It probably will get old after a while, but for now it's nice and fresh, and I like it. Let's see how heavy these rocks are going to be. Are we going to tip forward? Probably not be able to put on a full load of bucket. Here we go. Stones, 5,000 liters. How are we doing on weight? I guess we're doing all right. Whoa. One more stopping distance. But yeah, you can see how, I mean, I guess we can go up a little bit higher, but we could drop the trailer on the ground like with that Mercedes-Benz. It would be less lifting. But it's not a real big problem either. I mean, let's go all the way up here. So that's all the way up in the air. We can definitely clear it for sure. We are loaded. Alright, let's just shut this off. How is this replenishing? Yeah, we can definitely see it progressing. So it's actually, I think we are in money here. It's just getting it loaded and making sure things work here. Oh, great. I think we'll be alright keeping the tarp open. Let's see how well this does for weight. So the axle is still in the air. That's kind of weird. You'd think that there would be a way to drop that. Oh, we're stuck already. Yeah, this is a big problem. I guess in theory, you really shouldn't be driving a dump truck in a quarry. Or a semi. We need to be driving a dump truck. Are we better off running in the same holes? Or should we try to get off the... Oh, that's crazy. Here we go. Full run. Trying to stay in the tread. Oh, man. How much horsepower is this truck? That can't be the issue. So it's 300 and we could go up to 6. It's actually only 5 grand to do that. It says cheat too, so it must not be realistic. But again, I don't even know if the horsepower is the issue at this point. It seems like that should be able to handle it. We're just getting wedged. For surely this truck should have been able to handle it, but we cannot. It's very slow going here. It's definitely struggling. I think what we might do on the next episode is we're going to try that Mercedes-Benz. I would really love to use that anyway. That's part of this playthrough too. We're kind of experimenting with how things work. It would definitely make us more sharper on a future series on what's appropriate to use for situations. Again, we should not be bringing a semi in a quarry. We're finding that out the hard way. Oh, we're flying now. We better watch it. Yeah, we gotta actually, to get down there, we have to make that turn and then come back. I imagine it's gonna be soft over there as well. It actually ain't too bad here. Like it was up there. And try to just take her wide. It's getting darker too. Here we go. Coming in. Let's make sure we go wide and not go off the road. Oh. Okay, there we go. Thank God it's not soft here. Get our first load over the production. And it was just in this alcove here. Pretty straightforward production, I think. Oh no, it's soft here as well. Yeah, we're gonna have to, we gotta try something different. This is just not the way to be doing this. I mean, if we could leave the semi-truck up on top and then drive the dump, like get a dump truck and then drive that to somewhere we can transfer this into, you know, into the semi. That might not be a bad idea. We'd have to get a conveyor though, I think, to do that. Alright, can we get in here? We're getting close. I guess we can dump it right here. There we go. In you go, into the production. We'll see how much this fills up the bar, I guess. Stones going in. Bam. Okay, let's take a look. Yeah, so 36,000 holds up to 200,000. We'll have to get the mining equipment and tools. We could probably do that in the next episode. So I think for now we'll just shut this off. Let's run back up to Homestead here. I think what we're going to do to wrap up, we're going to sell that water tank. We get a little bit of money for it. There's no purpose in keeping it here. It's just collecting dust at this point. It's dark up here too. We're all piped in directly. Makes it nice and easy. We'll go ahead and drive this back to the sale area, get a little extra change. Oh, look at that! There's like a Christmas tree thing here. I didn't even ever see that until nighttime here, and it lights up. So that must be seasonal decoration because it's December on the map. And then you got these stringing lights with the star. Is there anything else like that in town? I haven't even, like, seen anything. There's another one over here. There's some singing. Looks like the stars. I don't think these stars were here. This must be seasonal too, then. I think this was the first time we ever brought something back here to sell it. So I'm not absolutely sure the selling area. Is it back here? Yeah, I suppose right where the repair area is, huh? Should be right in here. Maybe. Yep, right here, sell. So we should get $11,000, not bad. Perfect. Okay, so I think we're going to leave it there for today's episode. On the next episode, I guess we'll be in January. And then we're going to look at probably some different options for the quarry, because that's just not going to work with that semi. We can try the Mercedes things for sure, because I definitely want to try those, what do they even call those modular dump buckets? I guess they're just like hooking containers. Push off container. It'd be nice to try some of these and see how it would work. Again, I'm not completely sold that this Mercedes-Benz is even going to be able to handle it. I mean, the tires just don't look like they'd be... I suppose the tires are irrelevant in farming sim. It's if it's going to get, you know, pushed into the ground, it's going to get pushed into the guard regardless of what tires you got on. Otherwise, we could try that other mod as well, too, that we have in there. We'll have to find something that works. So thank you guys so much for watching, and we will see you on the next one.